Halloween is my favorite holiday. So this month on Brief Brain Facts, we're tackling the more spooky aspects of the brain and related disorders, beginning with superstitions. This will be the best episode ever. The thing about superstitions is that they are not necessarily scary or a means of warding off the supernatural. They're found everywhere and practiced by a lot of people, including highly competitive athletes. Superstition is the belief that future outcomes are affected by one's behavior in a magical way. Some common superstitions include the good or bad luck that will befall you if a black cat crosses your path, stepping on a crack will break your mother's back, and throwing coins in a fountain for good luck. These are pretty common things to believe or practice as children, but there are common things we do as adults that are considered superstitions, usually surrounding wedding and marriage practices. Clearly, common superstitions have penetrated many aspects of everyday society, even though superstitions are considered to be irrational beliefs about the way in which the world operates. The belief in superstitions arises from the human brain's ability to create associations between behaviors, thoughts, and events. According to researchers, believing in superstitions helps reduce anxiety brought about by the unknown or having to repeat exceptional performance, as is the case in very competitive sports. Believing in superstition alone isn't a sign of any particular disorder. However, it may be a sign of something more akin to a disorder due to these three things. 1, the belief is atypical, as in it's not believed by a large number of people. 2, it's dysfunctional in that the belief negatively affects daily functioning. And lastly, the belief becomes particularly distressing. It places a mental and emotional burden on that individual. For instance, riding as a passenger while my friend drove, a black cat darted across the street. My friend pulled over in a state of terror, believing that the cat was a sign that she was about to have a terrible car accident. It was only when I told her that I saw white on the cat's paw, I didn't, that she settled down and began driving again. And we both reached our destinations without incident. Again, because believing in superstitions are so common, the real question is how the skeptics differ from the believers, the answer to which may deal with cognitive inhibition, which is the ability to suppress mental processes that naturally occur. According to researchers, skeptics, as opposed to those who believe in superstitions, are less likely to create associations between unrelated things, and are more likely to show greater activation of the right inferior frontal gyrus. This area of the brain happens to be associated with cognitive inhibition. In other words, it's really the skeptic's brain that may be behaving in a more resource-intensive fashion, due to the idea that superstitious belief may be the default setting regarding human cognition. This is an interesting argument, considering that children may be more prone to believing in and even acting upon superstitions. The area of the brain, the inferior frontal gyrus, is one of the absolute last areas of the brain to develop, as it isn't fully developed until around the age of 25. The ability to inhibit cognition develops gradually over childhood, but also declines with old age. Likewise, belief in superstitions decrease in childhood and youth, but increase among older aged adults. Importantly, skeptics and believers exist in the millions and billions, so both of these brains and behaviors are not a sign of dysfunction. As mentioned, it's when beliefs begin interfering with everyday functioning that they become problematic. So, if you ever find yourself distressing about a superstition, researchers recommend that you couple that belief with something positive or relaxing, such as deep breathing. That may help diminish the negative impact of that particular belief. What is your favorite superstition? Comment below. If you liked what you saw, please consider supporting the show by becoming a patron. Also, subscribe to this channel, and of course, make sure to hit that like button. As always, thank you for watching.